The present moment there are various graphs and only things overall happening right now in the monetary business sectors that are letting us know that this could be your last opportunity to truly make the most of the gigantic increases we will see for the later pieces of this bull run, folks. Today, I have such a huge amount to discuss, and furthermore, I really do have a monstrous open door which I will discuss too, so folks, you will need to watch the whole video from the outset until the end, since this will be tremendous. So welcome back, everyone. I go by Chris, bringing you digital currency recordings, consistently showing you how to bring in cash in this market in the event that you are new to the feed. Try to buy in and enact the ringer at this moment. So what we saw yesterday is that Bitcoin truly had a tad of a pop towards the potential gain to $70,300. Anyway, we didn't while we went over the orange line at $70,000. Anyway, from that point we had a dismissal. We have now since gone down to the help level at $68,500 too. So this is a decent bit of a pop from this example, which you realize I have been discussing for a surprisingly long time. As of now, as we were uniting within this triangle, I was saying that we are undoubtedly going to see a breakout towards the potential gain, and it's most probably going to happen pretty soon. And afterward, the day after, truly we saw this a spring up to $7,000, nearly $400. That was a like 3.5% from this example on the 4H hourly time span. So I actually imagine that overall, folks, Bitcoin is looking very great. Customary business sectors are on the week after week time span, actually right underneath the enormous obstruction level here. So we're keeping our eyes on this. Yet there's a gigantic subject I need to discuss here in this video, since this is an outline contrasting the Bitcoin cost with the worldwide cash on the planet. Okay, truly, it isn't worldwide cash yet. I have another diagram discussing worldwide cash too, yet this is simply US dollars. And what you can see here, let me return here and show you what occurred in the past. So in the past, contrasted with the worldwide cash supply on the planet, Bitcoin had a gigantic siphon here. This was in September of 2023. Okay, so a Bitcoin had an enormous siphon, and afterward Bitcoin found a level in which it ran. Okay, so it made this help. It ran a smidgen. We had a phony breakdown. We had this adjusted base. Then we went up. We had this triangle example, and afterwards, starting there, we went up madly high. Now what I need to show you is that we have something entirely comparable here. You have the enormous siphon, very much like you saw here, blast huge siphon, and afterward you have this green line, which is the help level of this reach. So you have exactly the same thing here. So it's looking totally like indistinguishable nearly, and afterward you have the adjusted base. So we have AF counterfeit breakdown blast. We go down, we find this adjusted base, we go up, and we have this triangle here. And afterwards, starting there, we go up wildly. So this is on the day-to-day time period, and presently you likewise have this triangle design here. So the inquiry is, are we going to see history rehash here? Are we going to witness a similar sort of thing here where you see one more enormous siphon towards potential gain? You realize that I think for the cycle, I feel that Bitcoin will reach $150,000, and no doubt things are arranging right now for Bitcoin as I would see it, so we could see this go sideways somewhat a greater amount. Obviously, I'm not saying that it will go in an orderly fashion like this, yet I truly do feel that overall we are going to see some psycho stuff happening, particularly assuming you see what's going on the planet overall. Now this is the breakout of the 5-year wedge against liquidity. So this actions liquidity in the market. This is truly posted initially by TechDev, and here you have the liquidity here in the white line, and you can see that when liquidity goes up, this is the overall thing. You simply have to detract from this video. When liquidity goes up, Bitcoin and resource overall will in general go up, and furthermore, when liquidity goes up, individuals will generally face more challenges, and you realize insane stuff will in general happen, like GameStop, like image coins and these things. So you can see here we have, as liquidity is going up, you truly do have additionally Bitcoin going up. Now take a gander at this. Liquidity has been combining for a really long time within this widening wedge. Okay, so we've been uniting, yet we have had a breakout here. So presently, are we going to see this go on towards the potential gain, and afterward the liquidity going up will pull these resources alongside it? So that is totally fine, and the monetary situation is truly breaking right currently, folks. So undiscovered misfortunes on speculation protections for banks leaped to $517 billion in Q1 of 2024. So this demonstrates that the monetary situation we have right presently is truly breaking. It has been breaking for a surprisingly long time. We've been fixing it up with each year that goes by. We've been putting bandage on it. Yet the monetary framework is essentially defective, and this is how things are playing out right presently. We're gotten to a place where you can't fix it in excess of, on the grounds that things have recently gone really awful. So these banks and other misfortunes for the banks, they've hopped to such an extent these banks will encounter an emergency. So recollect the last time we saw a financial emergency, you saw helicopter cash being dropped, you saw cash being printed to save these banks only for a brief arrangement. Okay, so the monetary framework is defective, And you can likewise perceive how the Congress is truly recommending that we will move more into tokenization. So the Congress is certainly pushing, and it's a wouldn't you say, that the planning of this is an extremely intriguing occurrence. And don't you likewise feel that when individuals assume command over their own sway, when they begin exchanging stuff, that established press and the players in the background calling the shots, when you are beginning to purchase stuff that they have zero control over, it is intriguing that things begin to break. So for what reason does the market generally break when GameStop GME rises? So as you most likely are aware, GameStop has been going up staggeringly much as of late. So January 28th of 2021, specialists had purchase orders on the GME image stock. Okay. So what you can likewise see is that in May of the 14th of 2024, J and AMC stopped a sum of multiple times in a single day as the assembly proceeded with June. Only a couple of days prior, Robinhood suspends for the time being exchanging GME because of unpredictability. 2 or 3 days after that, or the day after that, New York stock trade is different. $100 billion stocks fall close to 100% because of specialized misfire. So in the event that you didn't know about this, many stocks fell by close to 100% because of what they say is a specialized error. So for what reason did we see this? Why a specialized error currently out of nowhere, as individuals are beginning to exchange these image stocks, as individuals are beginning to assume command over their own cash? So this demonstrates that you can't believe these organizations. You can't believe whoever is taking care of you this information, since this can be controlled and it isn't unadulterated. To this end, we really want to move more on chain. We really want to move into self-guardianship and assuming command over our own funds and our own power. So the thing I'm truly doing right presently is I'm seeing more undertakings that are truly filling this specialty projects that are allowing you to assume command over your own power, where you don't need to depend on these unified element that endlessly time again mishandles their influence and a worthy motivations, a ton of devastation. And definitely this is the thing I'm doing, and I'm by all accounts not the only one, since supposing that you take a gander at the quest term for on-chain, well, you can see that the learning stage is over. Another time is coming, since scan volumes for on-chain just hit a new all-time high. I mean, it's going crash towards the potential gain here. So this goes to show the following significant pattern, folks. The following significant pattern is for individuals to assume command over their own sway, their own funds. And this is additionally, we're assuming that we are early. We will actually want to rake in boatloads of cash pushing ahead. So one of the ventures that I am truly taking a gander at right now, a task, has been seeing a ton of promotion as of late. It's not sent off yet. A portion of the highlights were sent off only a couple of days prior. And this is truly occasion Skyline, which I needed to talk a tad about here today. And I will truly show you additionally the way in which you can get involved. It doesn't exactly cost everything, except possibly in the event that this pattern go on of on-chain of self-sway. This could be gigantic. So what is this venture? Well, we don't actually know so much. What we cannot deny is that it is, I couldn't say whether it's established, or on the other hand, in the event that it's helped to establish by Thomas, which is a major, powerhouse. Anything you desire to say. Overall, a major YouTube channel. He has likewise a major Instagram, 1.4 million supporters. And one thing I've learned, folks, is don't blur individuals with a major crowd sending off stuff. So this occurred with Anim, with Whiff, this occurred with Richard Hart, with Hex. Presently, I'm not contrasting the actual tasks, but rather I'm trying to say that individuals with a major crowd, and that most certainly has become famous in a space, don't phony anything that they are making, since he has been saying that he is investing basically all of his energy right now into this undertaking, which he says will settle the issue with these counterparties, tackle the issue with individuals not being self-sovereign. So this precisely fits the specialty that is going on the present moment, in which we are taking a gander at now. One thing you likewise need to realize about Thomas is that he has one of the great